YouTube. Thank you. I see 2 people here and 4 thumbs up, so thank you. I know I'm not good at math, but that's a little strange, but I like it. I'm going to do an intro in case someone is new here that's going to be watching the replay. I call this the Crazy Troll Nation because the crazy enjoying doing videos, enjoying knowing you can be your authentic self, and enjoying whatever else it is that you do here on YouTube. Hey Arlene. And the troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand or a certain tool or a certain technique. Use whatever you want to, however you want to get your makeup on in a way that you are satisfied with it. Here at the Crazy Troll Nation, we are about self-acceptance and self-love, embracing our natural features, enhancing them if we want to, when we want to, but never feeling like we have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even without face paint on. So thank you all for being here, for watching the replay, those of you who are live. We usually start off with lip balm, chapstick, or Tillamook. This was gifted to me. This is Tillamook, and it is mint chocolate chip ice cream flavored and scented. I'm excited and both a little anxious, about this video. Oh, I need to let you know, if you're new here, I do curse sometimes on my channel because I curse sometimes, period. I try to catch myself. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So I have an entire tray of stuff. This live is a radical declutter. Radical is something that's done to bring about a change. And I want to change my makeup. I don't want to call it collection. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but changing it to where everything I have, I really love and that I really enjoy, and not just having stuff that's, it's okay. You know what I mean? So all of this stuff, and we're going to go through all of it. All of this stuff we're going to talk about. This is things that I am decluttering, and I will tell you why. Some stuff, I know some people, their butt is going to start to hurt. They might feel offended or sad or whatever. But I want you to remember, it's just makeup. And there is some skincare stuff here. Oh, Arlene, I had to put this stuff somewhere because it was just, it's a lot of stuff. I'm going to try to move quick. So we'll probably be here at least an hour. The first thing I'm going to talk about, because it is right here in front of me, is when I bought airless pumps. It came in a set of 3. This is a 0.5 ounce. One is a 1 ounce, and one was a 1.5 ounce. And I had purchased them because my Pat McGrath foundation wasn't pumping properly, and neither was the primer. So this is the rest of my Pat McGrath foundation. The primer is done, and recently I was nearing the bottom of my Estee Lauder. I thought I was, and it wasn't pumping. So I put that in here. So we have this much Estee Lauder left. And so what I decided was, oh, and also one of my facial cleansers, it was getting near the bottom. It's a 5 ounce bottle and it has a pump. It wasn't pumping right. And I'm like, I know I just opened this not too long ago, and I know because I keep a label on here. This is how much, it's the Boschia Detoxifying Black Charcoal Cleanser. This is how much was in here. And I still have like this much in the bottle, so I'm just going to have to dump it instead of pumping it to use it. So because this is the 1.5, I am going to still keep the 0.5, and I'm going to declutter. Oh, wait a minute. This is a 1 ounce. This is the 1.5 ounces. They were from Amazon, Arlene. It came in a 3-pack, the half ounce, the 1 ounce, and the 1.5 ounce, and they were not expensive at all. And so since this is the 1 ounce, and I do find the half ounce handy, and I bought a second set because I didn't know how to refill it, because it comes, I know they do look fancy though, but it is aluminum, is very cheap, and you unscrew it and you put the product in, and because it's airless, as you pump it, the bottom goes up. And so when this was empty, the bottom was at the top, and I'm like, how do I get it back down? So what I did was What did I take? I want to say I took a brush. I want to say I took a really thin brush, and there's a hole at the bottom. No. I took a regular brush, and because the bottom was all the way at the top, I just pushed it down, and it pushed it all the way back down to the bottom. And so that's how you get the pump part back down. So I decided to keep it. It took a little bit to clean it out because it was product in here, but just soaking it overnight with Dawn dish detergent and water in it. So I'm going to keep this one. What I'm going to declutter are both of the 1.5 ounces. And so I don't know if these are going to end up, I don't know. I think I'm just going to ask somebody if they want it because they were so inexpensive to sell it. It's like, you know, the whole set. I'm not even going to lie and try and think of a number, but they were very inexpensive. And so I'm going to just ask someone if they would like these 1.5 ounce airless pumps. And so Arlene, since you're here, I know you're here because you commented. If you want one or both of these, just let me know. And how you put product in it, you just unscrew it and you just put the product in, and then you put the lid back on and you screw it back on. Hey Nydia! Oh, you just can't. Oh, hi. If you're not able to stay, that's fine. You can just catch the replay because we're gonna be here for a while. And then as you pump it, the bottom goes up, and then you just use it. And when it gets all the way to the top, the product is gone, and then you just clean it out. So Arlene, if you would like these, DM me on Instagram to let me know. So those are the first things that we're decluttering. This is a small container. This stuff in here, because I just had stuff everywhere and I needed to put it somewhere. This I'm kind of sad about is the Murad Retinol Youth Renewal Night Cream. I like their face wash, except I don't like the scent, and this smells exactly like a face wash. But I saw it at Marshall's, and hey Alicia, and this was $25. And so I'm in Marshall's and I Google it. This retails for $89. I'm like, oh, hell yeah, I'm going to try it. And what I like about it, you just push it down and the product comes up and you scoop it up and then you just like wipe this off. But I realized every time I use this, you see this? And where else is it? There's a mark here. There's a mark over here. Like my face breaks out. And last night, and so I didn't use it for like 3 nights. And then last night, washed my face. I put on my eye serum. And this is the only thing I put on. And when I woke up, I had like severe dry patches in different places. From here down on my face was just dry patches. I'm like, what the hell? So this is a no for me. And it's unfortunate. And so I am glad I only paid $25 versus the $90. And so I'm going to ask and see if anybody I know would like to try this, because you can just wipe this off with an alcohol pad, because this is the only thing my finger touches. As I said, you push down, the product comes up and you just scoop it off. So this is getting decluttered. So some stuff I know you guys will be like, oh, okay, that's sensible. When we get to the makeup, y'all gonna be like, oh, wait a minute. This is not a declutter. We're at the end of the Fenty primer. And there was a time when, one time only, I took the stopper out and I was able to get more product out, but because the product is on the sides and at the top, it was dry. And so I had problems blending it out, which caused me to have problems applying my eyeshadow. So I'm going to call it and toss this. I do have a backup. I have a couple backups. When Fenty has a sale, that's when I get backups of their stuff. Also, I finished my Fenty eye primer. I'm glad you liking the primer, Arlene. I love it. I love it. And I finished an eye pencil from Fenty. I have backups. When Fenty has sales, that's when I get my backups. I've been hanging tight with Lancome Sills Boost XL mascara base. This is empty, so that's not a declutter. That's just trash. So now we're going to get to the actual declutter stuff. We're going to, by default, we're going to declutter the NYX retractable eyeliner in black. This one does not irritate my lower lash line, but it irritates my inner rims. And I have another black from another brand that doesn't irritate my inner rims. And so this is getting decluttered. And I need to find somewhere to put this stuff because I'm going to run out of space. We're decluttering both of my Prime Pro Medics eyeliners. They don't irritate my lids, but one is blue, one is black. I can never tell until I open it. But there's the colors, but to me they look the same. I have so many eyeliners that I don't need these. And so this is the blue one, but I just don't like not knowing until I open it. I have a ton of eyeliners. And so these are getting decluttered. My goal is to have stuff that I love and I enjoy using. Hey, Lock. I love the one. Which one, Nydia? The Prime Pometics or the NYX? I'm thinking Prime Pometics because I'm thinking they sent me more than one set for some reason. We're also decluttering. This is by default. The Natasha Denona Microblade Liquid Eyeliner. I used it one time and one time only because it irritated my lids and my eyes. So I was really disappointed because I was excited to use it, but my eyes were like, no. And so this stuff I'm actually just going to throw in my makeup trash. This is still hanging tight. My Fenty Hella Thick, the travel size is almost done. Every time I use it, I think it's done. And it's like, no, we're still here. So I'm like, okay. These two, if somebody wants this, oh, the dark blue one, Nitty, I'm glad you like it. I like them too, but I just have so many of them, and I don't like not knowing what color it is till I open it. My videos are long enough without me trying to figure out what color it is. I have two of these. I don't know why I purchased two. This is an Inglot spatula, and it does say Inglot on here. I do have another one, and this side is a spatula also. It's just shaped a little different. So if one of you want this, IGDM me. And also, so this is the one I have. Thank you, Locke. I appreciate it. So this is mine that I have. And this one is from Lethal Cosmetics. This came free with something. And it has a flat side and a pointed side. And so I'm thinking I don't need two of the Inglot ones. And actually, I don't even need these two. But I'm getting rid of this one. So if one of you want that, DM me on Instagram and let me know. And that's going in the trash. These are getting decluttered. The two Zoeva brushes number 316 that I purchased from either TJ Maxx or Marshalls. I have sensitive lids if you're new here. This one is stained. I can try and wash it some more or just throw them away because they were not expensive at all. I like that they're thin, but it feels like it's scratching against my upper lash line when I'm putting on eyeliner, and I don't like that feeling. And so the one that's stained, I'm just going to throw away. In comparison, the MAC 210. This is the MAC 210. So it's even shorter and thinner than the Zoeva. This one is the Zoeva. And the MAC ones don't hurt to use. So we're getting rid of this. I don't know where it's going to go yet. Oh, I know somebody who does the graphic line. These, okay, I do like these. Number 54, Autumn Wind. Number 100, Mysterious Plum. I have sensitive lids. Sensitive. I know, and I'm saying things, Nydia, because I know some people will watch like on a replay, and I do have some new subscribers who have been very active in my comment section on videos, which is really awesome. So even though I like these colors, I'm getting rid of them because I do prefer darker lip, and these are darker than some. The ones I still have that I'm keeping, of course, the black. These are Sephora Cream Lip Stain Liquid Lipsticks. And Sea Queen, which is this funky blue. Dark Forest, which shows up almost black on me. It's supposed to be like a deep green or like a forest green, but on me, it usually looks almost black. And we have Black Cherry, which is a deep brown. And we have Dark Purple. So I do use Autumn Wind sometimes when I'm like, well, it's a lighter look. Hey, Bottles of Chris, thank you for being here. And so I do use this one when I'm like, oh, I'm doing a lighter look. It's an ethereal look. I use a lighter one. But then I don't feel like I'm being true to myself because if I'm going to do this, I might as well just put on those two colors from Nima Tang because this does show up brown. And so I'm like, I don't feel like I need to use this because I was just using it just to use it. And the same with Mysterious Plum. Even though I really like it, y'all know I like darker. And so this is the dark purple. And the same with the Autumn Wind. It's like, well, it makes sense with the look. But y'all know I don't always make sense here. I just want to wear what I want to wear. So I'm getting rid of the Mysterious Plum and I'm keeping the dark purple. And also, if I do just want something lighter, I can just line and fill in my lips with a lip liner and put on a gloss. And so I don't feel like I'm losing anything, while at the same time, I'm down to 5 liquid lipsticks. No, 6 liquid lipsticks, Martine Cosmetics, and the one from Notoriously Morbid. And so these are liquid lipsticks that I really enjoy and that I'm really excited about. And I usually want to pick one of these, and then I'm like, well, I have this other brown or I have this lighter purple. You know what I mean? And so I really want 2024 to be different for me, that I really just enjoy what I have. Go ahead and go to sleep, Nydia. Sleep well, okay? I'll see you soon because you know I'm going to be here. You've never met a Sephora lip you didn't like. You know what? I am a liquid lipstick girl, and when I tried these, and I always have to pause before I say it because the name is long as hell. Cream lip stain liquid lipstick. The formula on these are so nice. I do still prefer MAC's Matte Retro Liquid Lip Color. But the Sephora one is a very close second. And for the price, especially when Sephora has 30% off Sephora collection stuff, these are like $10 and some change. So I'm like, you can't beat that. Even from MAC sale, the Sephora price is better. But I do prefer MAC just a hair more. But MAC only has like 2 dark shades. They don't have, you know, these different shades or even a pop of blue or like the deep green. And so that's why I have the Sephora ones, because I want different dark colors, and MAC just doesn't do dark colors. And I'm like, why? But anyway, first world problems, being bratty over a lipstick. We are another lippy. Oh, we got more lippies. If y'all missed it in the beginning, I held up a tray of all the stuff I'm decluttering. So that's what I'm looking at over here. So I am taking out some more lippies. Yo, we got a lot of stuff to go through. I missed some comments. Let me see. Oh, not that one. Wait. 5 chat. Yeah, I have been loving MAC, and even in the last year and a half or so, I've gone back to like really being into their shadows again too. And I remember back in the day, I loved their shadows, and then I got away from it. I'm decluttering this NARS Power Matte something. This one is Star Woman. I hung on to it because every once in a wannabe purple gray moon with blue in the center, someone would request a look with a red lip. And so I'm like, I'll just hang on to it for that. But you know what? This is my makeup trash. I'm not going to just hang on to stuff just to be hanging on to stuff. We are decluttering NYX Glitter Fix lip gloss, and this is number 80, Shadow Hunter. It's very pretty. It is dual chrome. It looks nice on its own. It looks nice over a dark lipstick, but it's very thick. And putting this over liquid lipstick, it breaks down the matteness of the liquid lipstick. And because I have other glosses I can use to top lipsticks with, I'm like, this can go in the trash. These came in my Lethal Cosmetics large mystery bag. This is not my color at all, and I can make it work, but because I have lip colors that I like that work on their own, why put the effort in it? I'm not. And this one is a bullet lipstick. I remember when I swatched this, it disappeared on my skin. So if I really just wanted like a nude lip or concealer lip look, this is it. But thanks, but no. And I appreciate them putting like neutral tones in the mystery bags because you don't know who's going to get it. These are 2 bullet lipsticks. They were both free from MAC from something. Another reason I like shopping at MAC, me and one of the workers there, we cool. You would think we knew each other from the sandbox. But this is Devoted to Chili. I believe these are the powder mattes. It's a pretty shade, but it's not my shade. It is a pretty shade. And I was holding on to it, and I'm like, why? because I'm not into bullet lipsticks and it's not my shade. And this one is turn to the left. This is pretty. Now the thing with their powder matte, line, their powder matte line, they're lighter than they look. From the sand, but yeah, because we be in there laughing and joking, and people be like, "Oh, y'all good friends," and I'm like, "No, she just wants me for my money," and she be like, "That's right." Like we, she is so funny. She started watching my videos too, and she bought some Pat McGrath motherships because of me. I said, "But did you go through Racketon?" Because I was telling her about Racketon too. But this is a pretty shade, but it's not as dark as it looks, and I'm just like, So those are all the lippies. All right, we going to another skincare item. This came free during my birthday month from Ulta. Clinique Moisture Surge 100-hour auto replenish hydrator. This does not. Wait, is this the new one? No, this is the one that I had tried. This is not moisturizing. I don't know who 1 hour auto replenish and hydration this gives, but this no. It did not irritate my skin though, but it was just like nothing was there. Unlike the Murad, which caused me to break out. I'm finally getting rid of this hourglass brush. I think I'm gonna put this in my Macari store. The link will be down in the description box. This is not a quality brush. It does say hourglass on it. And I'm like, oh, how cute. It'll match the tiger palette. It is hollow, not an issue. The bristles are not soft. And for this to be full price, a $54 brush, I did have discount codes or something. I didn't pay $54 for it. But the bristles are not soft. It did get softer the more I used it and the more I washed it. It is synthetic. My face does not like natural hair brushes. But it is just not a quality brush. And I thought it was kind of stupid that they promoted this brush with the palette. But look at this. It doesn't fit in any other pans. And I was watching, I think it was Michelle Wong's video. She pinched it to, and I'm just like, that is ridiculous. And so I wasn't going to get it because it didn't fit. But then I said, oh, you know what? I have 2 of the compacts for finishing powders. I'm like, that fits perfect. So I went ahead and bought it. Saw how cheap it felt. Felt how the bristles are horrible. And I did use it for a while. And then I started to feel conflicted because I know when we use things in videos, people are like, oh, she's using that. She must really like it. And there were a few people that were like, I thought you didn't like that brush. Is that the same brush? You're still using it? And I'm like, damn. And so then I started doing a disclaimer. I'm using this brush, but I don't endorse it. Do not buy this brush. It's not good. The bristles are stiff. It's hollow. It's lightweight. It's not worth $54. And then I started feeling like, why? I have brushes that are soft and that fit into that compact. It's like, I don't like, keep it for what? And somebody would love to have it just for the aesthetic, just to sit it out on their vanity. And so I'm going to put that in my Macari store. So that's not going in the trash. That's going in my Macari store. I showed you dim light. Well, no, Alicia, I didn't take it that way. It was one of you who are always here and always commenting. Somebody who's been with me for years. And so I didn't take it that way at all. It was just like, oh, you're using it. I thought you didn't like it. So it wasn't being nosy. It was just like, oh, you didn't like it. Because if y'all been here, y'all know I don't use stuff I don't like. And so for me to say I don't like it and keep using it, I can see where it would be like, huh? Like, what? Or other brushes, I'll say the brush we shall not name. But that one you can clearly tell like what it is. You see what I'm saying? And so I was just like, I'm not going to do a disclaimer every time I'm using it. That's silly. I have other brushes that are soft that I love, so that one can kick rocks. I held this is dim light. It's in the kitchen because I made space. Radiant light is the one I use in the winter because it does add radiance to my face. Radiant light in the summertime, I saw it, but I didn't care like that. Yeah, and I wouldn't have either. But there are some of you, at least, who said that? Let me not say the right name. There are some of you who, Alicia, when I use stuff a lot, sometimes people will message me and be like, oh, I got such and such that you use all the time. Or like the chick at Mac, oh, I bought the 3 set motherships because of you. And so I do know and I don't consider myself an influencer, but I guess well, not guess, I am, because if I'm using stuff and I'm, we see stuff and people are like, oh, I want to try that. And so I get it. I get it. But radiant light, this is dim light. Radiant light in the summertime makes me look like one of the Cullens. Like I'm just like all sorts of glow glitter. It works well for me this time of year. Under eye because it does camouflage. Some really, which one, Alicia? Dim light or radiant light, or which one do you use? I wanted to try some of the other ones, but then I'm like, no, because I just have a feeling they're going to make me look weird. But I do like radiant light because it does help camouflage some of my under eye discoloration because it's radiant and the light bounces off of it. But in the summertime, when it's sunny and I'm outside, I am glistening. It's just like, ooh. And so I find that for the summer, I like dim light because it does dim things down while it still just adds like some natural kind of glow without looking like radiant light does. And I was thinking of decluttering this because I'm not using it in the wintertime. And I have like zero tan because I've been called a hermit by quite a few of my friends and I own it. And so, oh, radiant light. When I first got radiant light, Alicia, I did an IG post asking, do I look sweaty glowy or healthy glowy? Because to me, I look like a sweaty mess. And all of the comments were like healthy glowy. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I kept using it. And it was in the summertime too. But to me, when I looked, and I've learned not to put it here. Like in the summertime, I don't put it here because this is where I get, oily or shiny anyway. But they were like, no, it's healthy glowy. And I'm just like, and then I'm thinking they're looking at a picture too, not like in person. But I was going to declutter dim light. The PAO is a year. I've had it for about that long, but I know I'm not going to use it again until the summertime. And so I did order one with a coupon code. Ulta had $15 off $50 or more order. These are $54. And so 54 minus the 15. So I'm just going to put that away for the summertime. So this, I'm just going to throw it away. And it does look used and it does look dry. You see how there are dents and holes and stuff in it from using it. So it was very well used. And so I like how this does dim down. If I overdo it on my blush or bronzer, this does like just bring it down and it looks perfect. The only thing I don't like about this is that this does not look good under my eyes. Soft light looks good under my eyes. Maybe, excuse me, I'll order a mini one of that. I don't know yet. Or just still put radiant light under the eye in the summer and put this on the rest of my face. So for now, this is going in the trash because I won't be using it for like another 6 months, 4 months at least. And I had it for over a year. We are getting rid of, oh, speaking of Hourglass, I got so much stuff over here. It is ridiculous. We're getting rid of the Hourglass Tiger palette. I know. I was still using it, and I do really like it, but did y'all hear that? If y'all did, excuse me. Let me know if y'all heard that. I hiccup, gurgle, and belch at random. It's not intentional, I promise. I did enjoy this, I really do. But looking at the blushes I have, and I have Snake, and I'm content with my blushes and bronzers and highlighters, and so I was like, I can let it go. So this will be at my Macquarie store. I don't have the box to it. It still has life left into it, and I really do think someone will buy it because it's not available anymore, but I will price it reasonably. What sucks though is that these don't match. Oh, you did, Elisa? I know it was like, I'm so sorry. My throat, y'all, just, we're getting rid of, we're decluttering. Let me get myself together. We're decluttering two of my melt eyeliners because they're dry. This is Slate, which is a deep blue, which I do miss. The Inglot blue is a brighter blue, so I do miss this one. I miss Fortune more so than Slate. This is a deep green, and Inglot has a green, but it's a bright green, which I'm enjoying that too. And I did order Doraline, and it never was delivered. It said it was on its way. It never came. So Amazon said I can cancel the order and refund. So I took that as I'm not supposed to try it. And I was hesitant to even buy it because I have sensitive lids. And I'm like, what if, I have issues, whatever. So I took that as you're not supposed to try it. And so since these are dried out and the PAO says March this year, which means I've had these for 11 months and they're already dried out and it's a lot of product. And when I did the math, even though, shoot, it's in the kitchen because I moved stuff. Even though the Inglot pot is a lot smaller, it has more product than this. And so they kind of trick you into thinking you have a lot because it's wide and it's round. But this has less product than the Inglot. And the Inglot ones I get from Amazon. And I do like that they have different colors. And so these are going in the trash because they're dried out. This, oh, this is empty. This we're decluttering. I'm going to put this in my Macari store. It's brand new. This is Bougie MAC paint pot. Shoot, am I? Yeah, I moved all my stuff. Can I grab it without hurting myself? If I was gonna do this, I should have did this in the first place. All right, so let me back up to the melt. So this is the melt green. Hey, Sandy. And this is the Inglot green. And so I do miss how dark this is compared to Inglot. So you see the difference. And so, you know, the Inglot gives me like the edge, the punk-ish type stuff, but then so did melt. But melt ones I like because they were darker. But this is a brand new Bougie, and I didn't realize how long MAC products last. And so I'm going to show you my Bougie. It is good as a shadow base, and it's good as a one and done. But as a one and done, without putting primer underneath, it does crease on my lid, and I don't have oily lids. And so I think just because this is the finish it is, because my other ones, most of my other ones are matte. This is a paint pot. It is designed to be an eyeshadow base or just an eyeshadow. And so it is pretty. So you see the shift in it. And when I put a dual chrome, hey, Sandy. And so when I put a dual chrome shadow on top of it, it doesn't make it look any different. And it may just be because this is a dual chrome too. And so Bougie will go somewhere. And so what I'm going to do, if I remember, what I'm going to do is let y'all know what's up for grabs, because I've already mentioned 2 things that if somebody wanted to let me know. So I'm just going to kind of hold off. And this one is Radiant Light compared to Dim Light. It is cute. And let me try to, oh shoot, put this back in my kitchen. There's something about living in a small space where you can just reach out and touch stuff. Let me put that over there. This we're decluttering. This is brand new because the PAO is 24 months. This is the one I'm currently using. And what is it, pray tell? Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Flawless Wear Concealer. And I like that the concealer corresponds to the foundation. And their foundation I wear 4 in 2. The concealer is 4 in. And because the PAO is 2 years, it takes me like a year and a half to get through it because I don't even always use concealer. And I have a backup of this and the foundation and the extra pump. And I'm like, I don't need 2 backups of the concealers because it takes me a year and a half to get through it. So I still have one. This one I'm just going to put in my Macari store, but I don't think it's going to sell because I have a backup of the foundation and the pump and the concealer. I think in the shade 4W1 in my Macari, and nobody purchased it. And I know it's hard buying complexion products online because it might not be your shade and then you're stuck with it. But so we'll see. If any of you here my complexion, in Fenty I wear 335, Pat McGrath I wear M18, Estee Lauder I wear 4 in 2. So if any of you are my complexion, let me know. You can DM me on Instagram. We're getting rid of, these are both new. Skindinavia, the makeup finishing spray. They had a 20% off sale and you got 3 free minis. So I placed the order and I got the 2 finishing spray minis and a primer spray mini. I haven't used this yet. I want to try it, but I'm afraid because if it burns my face, I'm going to be upset. But I am going to try this one day. I love the finishing spray. And I remembered from back in the day I liked it, but back then it would make my face crack. But now my face doesn't crack, and I'm sure it's because my skincare is in a very much better place. And so I placed the second order, and I went ahead and got the full size of the bridal one. And they sent me 2 more of these and another one of these. And so, you don't declutter, Alicia? I'm always decluttering. I'm always, even in my closets, my clothes, I'm like, what have I not worn in like 3 years? And I just get rid of stuff. Like, seriously, I'm always, every like 5 or 6 months, I'm like, what else can I get rid of? Like, seriously, it's like the older I get, the less stuff I want. And I feel more at ease and peaceful without a bunch of stuff that's just there to be there. Hey, Julia. And so these two will go somewhere. So this is going to go, actually all of these things I'm going to put in here. So these have not been opened. I love this Scandinavia spray. What I like about this spray, it says finishing spray, but it's actually a setting spray. So it can be confusing. With the Milk Hydro Grip spray, which I liked, when I was sweat, it would look oily right here. This, it doesn't. I have had this on for 10 hours later, and I've, worked down at the playhouse, long shift and blah, 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 and I'm all sweaty. And I look in the mirror and I feel sweaty. And I look in the mirror, my face is the same as it was when I put it on. I'm like, So far in here, we have Bougie, Matte Paint Pot. We have 2 finishing sprays from Scandinavia. We have the Estee Lauder concealer 4N. We have the 0.5, no. We have the 2 1.5 ounce airless pumps. Yeah, we'll do the Waiver brush too, the 310. One of my troll kin, they love this brush. And it does work. I just have sensitive lids and it feels like it's scratching my lid. And we have the Inglot spatula that's in here. So this is stuff that hopefully I won't forget because it's sitting right here. And also the Murad, because this can easily just be clean if anybody isn't skittish. I'm skittish about stuff, but we got all right, this I'm on the fence about. Bronze Seduction Pat McGrath Mothership. And the reason I'm on the fence about it, my gut is telling me let it go. And so you know what, I'm gonna let it go. This will be in my McGrath store. Because I went through this whole thing about listening to my gut in my Inslee Rain video. So I'm gonna let this go. It's a beautiful palette. This is gorgeous. Look at that. It's just basic. I like dark, smoky, swamp water, messy grunge, vampy, and this is none of that. It's just basic. And as far as, this is a newer one, Arlene. This one, oh damn. I just opened this one in September. So this is only October, November, December. So this has only been open like 4 months. This is my second time having it. Having Bronze Seduction. But staying true to myself. And if I just want, these shades, the mattes, I have similar shades. And I do like this shade a lot. But I'm not going to keep, it is a nice palette. It's one of their best sellers. But I'm not going to keep it just for this one shade. Especially when I know that someone would have it and be excited to use it. It doesn't call to me. I'm not drawn to it because it's just basic for me. But this is somebody's dream. Pop one of these on the lid, put this transition or outer corner or whatever. This is Bronze Seduction, Julia. Pat McGrath Mothership Bronze Seduction. It'll be in my Macari store. Yeah, and it's one of their best sellers. And I just opened it 3 months ago. And now I'm like, and so that's why I called this live a radical declutter, because this is me making a change, keeping stuff that calls me, keeping stuff I'm excited about, keeping stuff that when I think about it I'm like, oh yeah, I get to use that again, instead of like, let me make myself use this. I ain't using it in 4 months. You know what I mean? Especially when it's something like this or like this that I know somebody would be like, oh yeah, I really want that. I've been wanting that for a long time, and then now I can get it. You know what I mean? And so I don't look at it as me just having stuff. I look at it like, if I'm not going to use it, give somebody else the opportunity to have it and use it. You know what I mean? So I went back and forth. Well, since we talked about Pat, oh, Keep what I love. Yes, Julia. And some people don't get it. Some people are like, you should still keep. I'm like, but why keep it if I know I'm not going to use it, or I really feel like I'm not going to use it? But, and I know it can be hard sometimes when someone doesn't like what you love, because it's like, oh my God, how come she? But it's subjective, you know what I mean? This may surprise y'all. I'm decluttering both of my Pat blushes and both of my Pat bronzers, because I have 5 blushes from House Labs, 1 highlighter from House Labs, 2 bronzers from House Labs, and Grace gifted me a bronzer and a blush from Sigma. This was a blush from MAC that came free with something. I actually really like it. And from in my Macari store, I'll be right back. I'm still here. From my Macari store, because nobody purchased it, I said, I'm going to go ahead and use it. It was a MAC highlighter called Double Gleam Extra Dimension. Yo, I tried this, and I'm like, what? So I have a MAC highlighter. And I did make a purchase. I am doing it live tomorrow night, same time, 2100 hours EST, which is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that order should be here tomorrow. So I did order something. But Pat Blush, Paradise Venus is this one, and Desert Orchid. These are both beautiful, and I do really like them. I just love the House Labs formula just a little bit more. This one is a there, not there. I cannot mess up on it. I can put this on, and it looks like my skin, just with a little more color to it. Paradise Venus, I do need to be careful with it. I need to use a very fluffy brush, or it'll just be like... And even with the House Labs, if I overdo it, it will blend out. This takes some work, just a little bit more work. And so I always had to be careful using this. And I'm like, why have other blushes I don't need to be that careful with? And it goes back to, what do I like more? What do I love more? I really like these, but I love the House Labs. And so these are going to go. I don't know yet, Macari store or not. I don't know yet. But, and it's either Macari store or trash, or someone I know might want it. These are, I like Macari though, because then I don't have to pay for shipping. And some stuff I do price it like super low, so it's just a few dollars, and then they still pay for shipping. Because when I estimate shipping, I'm always wrong. If I'm like, oh, just send me such and such, I'm always wrong, and then I end up owing. This is Desert Glow Bronzer, the one that had the glow. Why is that line right there? A line, you know, probably from a sponge tip applicator when I was swatching it. This is Desert Glow, the only bronzer in Pat's line that had shimmer to it. She cute. This one is Bronze Divinity. Yeah, that's from a sponge tip, because I was swatching it. I was swatching it against the House Labs one. That's what I was doing, to see if they were similar. And I do like this one. I just like the House Labs formula just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. And so something had to go. And my makeup space is small, which I like. And so it reminds me, troll, you can't have and keep everything. And so having a small space reminds me to keep things in perspective. Excuse me, I'm going to take a sip of water. And so it helps me stay on track with not just keeping and having a lot of stuff. We're going to move on to... We do have more Pat stuff though. This is Martine Cosmetics Moolah Bank, and I went back and forth over it. It looks like a credit card. The box is bulky, but it's nice though. And it looks like a credit card. This right here, this right here is me being clumsy. So this is the palette. And the paper in here, Moolah Bank, I don't know how well you can see it, but it looks like a bank statement. I also don't know in the live if it's flipped backwards, like when you view things. And so, I mean, they know how to package. This is the palette. This is the palette. And this is the color story. It's a nice color story. And I'm not going to say no names, but one of my official troll fam said, I saw the proof in that lie. because I saw this and my first instinct was, oh, I'm gonna get it. Like when they started sneaking it on, well, not sneaking it because Martine Cosmetics don't sneak stuff. Well, they kind of do. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get it. And then I kept looking at it and I'm like, I know I don't like light tones like that. So then I'm like, I'm not gonna get it. And I got it. And so, you know, my fam was like, I saw the proof of that lie because I was lying to myself. I wasn't going to get it. And then I got it. And now I'm decluttering it. The color story is very beautiful. These 4 shades right here, it took me some time to learn how to use them. My first use, they were just all over the place, flaky. But then I'm like, okay, use, you know, a different type of brush or whatever, or a sponge tip, they go on fine. I do like the looks that I've done with this palette. I just prefer darker looks. And even though there's a brown here that works for me to deepen, and this black, you can always use to deepen anything. I was just like, it just doesn't call my name. It is a beautiful palette, Arlene. This shade is a beast. It doesn't want to pick up. It doesn't want to lay down. This is Francois. And Francois is a lazy hoe. She's like, just give me my money and leave me alone. The packaging is perfect. Like it fits the entire theme. But this just doesn't call to me at all. And the looks I've done with it, like I really liked it. So I'm like, why are you here if I'm not going to enjoy it and use it and somebody else might? And I don't think they make this anymore either. I want them to bring back 669. They told me they don't have plans to because yes, I emailed the company. But and I am still enjoying Mission Triple X. So this was the third one I had, but this one is going to go away. Okay, here we go. I'm letting go of Salem Cosmetics Forest Heart palette. The palette looks like the box, well, the sleeve, the front and the back. The reason I'm letting it go, I'm gonna tell you why I'm letting it go. I love it. That's not why I'm letting it go. I love it because the metallics in here, they are smooth and creamy. I love this palette. Why am I letting it go? I'm gonna show you why I'm letting it go. And I don't know why I didn't see it sooner. I was doing one of my, I think it was my eyeshadow collection video or something like that. And we did A through L and then M through Z because I was waiting on something from, we went A through M because I was waiting on something from Notoriously Morbid that still didn't make it by the time I did the second part. But having done that, okay, we picked up at the ends and it was Natasha Denona. And then we got down to the S's and I'm like, wait a minute. We got purples, we got oranges, we got reds. The only thing we don't have in Circle Loco is this little pocket of greens. And I'm like, let me see how similar they are. Even, I don't know if I could do this. Yeah. Even this shade looks like that one, even though this one has a shift to it. This one I thought was going to look like this, but it actually looks like that one. And in a way, it can almost look like this one too. But then you got the blue, you got the purple. You see what I'm saying? So I was just like, wait a minute. And so I did an experiment. And the videos are already available on my channel. I did a look. One eye with this, one eye with that. It was almost the same look. With the Yucca palette, because of the greens, I did one eye Yucca palette, one eye this palette. So then I'm like, if I could dupe these shades with other stuff that I have, let this go and let somebody enjoy it while it's still living. You know what I mean? And I really do enjoy this palette. So it's not like I don't like it because I do. But I also don't like dupes in my collection. And even though this formula is not dupeable, these shimmers in here, they are so creamy. The formula is amazing. The mattes are amazing. No problems whatsoever with this palette. I just don't like to have dupes in my collection. So with a sad and heavy heart, sell them. Excuse me. Hope y'all didn't hear that one. I'm sorry. Sell them Cosmetics Forest Heart. That'll end up in my McCarty store. This I went back and forth about for a long time. Hey, Vet. How you doing? Good to see you. Someone was... And Sandy, I talked about you in a video. Actually, I did a video earlier today. It ended up being an hour and 20 minutes long. And I'm just like, my throat is dry. I got a live to do. I'm going to be doing more talking. I talked about how I had did 2 looks and then I didn't know what to do. And then you had commented in almost any diagonal, almost any column. And I bust out like 12, 13 more looks with this palette. And I still thank you for that because it reminded me of when Alicia Archer broke down how she does her palettes. Like she sets it up where you can do diagonals, quads, rows, columns. And so you saying that to me reminded me of that. And I'm glad you did because I bust out a lot of looks with that palette and they were nice. They were nice. Swamp of Sorrows by Necromancy Cosmetica. I went back and forth over this for a long time. Oh my gosh, Sandy. I hope you feel better soon. If you need to go just so you can rest, do that. Because you can just catch the replay. But I do appreciate you being here. But I want you to be better. I want you to be well and to feel good. This side has a mirror. And what I like about it, it is so cute because it looks like a book. And they have another palette too that looks like a book. And it opens up like a book. So on one side, oh, I do know I get more sleep than you, but this morning, I did not sleep well at all. Like not at all. You know what it was? I was anxious about doing this live. So when you open it, that's what this side looks like. I'm just like, what the hell is that? Like I don't look at it too long because I'm just like, oh. And this is the color story. I wish I could get it to lay flat. My problem with this was one is a metallic, one is a matte. They look exactly the same on my lid. These two made me look a little ashy. But this side over here, but I'm like, am I just going to just keep it to use 4 shades? You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, it drives me nuts trying to hold it open, or even when I was doing flat lays on Instagram, just trying to lay it flat, it doesn't do that. But then there was one look that I did, and I intentionally used these 2 shades, and I forget what look it was, and I think I paired this palette with something else, and the look was beautiful. And because of wherever I put this, it didn't look ashy. But then, so that's when I'm like, okay, I'll keep it. I haven't used it since then. So I'm like, why? It's a beautiful palette though. And the colors are rich. If you like deep tone, this shows up true to pan on me. This chocolate brown right here, it's beautiful. And these greens are deep and rich too, but on me they look exactly the same. Yeah, Arlene, right? And that, how long ago was that? Like it was, and I kept trying to be like, oh, I'll keep, and then I'm like, eh. And then finally I'm like, radical declutter, we are making a change. And my intention and my goal for myself is to maintain keeping what I love. And even if I purchase something and it doesn't call to me, get rid of it, hopefully within whatever the return window is, so I can get my money back. Or if I procrastinate, then just, find a home for it. And so this radical declutter. They're being radical. Stuff that's radical brings about a change. And so that's what this is. And so this has got to go. And it's small. It doesn't even take up a lot of space. But still, bye. Tom Ford, Rose Topaz. I found this at the CCO and for real, limited edition in the pink packaging. It is. Oh, hey, how you doing? I read the comment and look at the name. Thank you for stopping in. And I'm going to be honest with you. I only purchased it for 2 reasons. CCO, it was like half off, and it's limited edition, and it's Tom Ford. Well, that's 3 reasons. I used it twice, and that was it. I didn't use the spongy things in here. This is what it looks like. The first look was like, the second look, I laid this down, and I put this on top of it. Beautiful smoky look. Oh, hey, Paulette. I've been seeing a lot of you today, girl. You've been keeping me company. Thank you. But then I'm like, I could do that with other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look at this shade, that's not that unique. You know what I mean? And, we have dark browns. And these 2 are neither here nor there to me because y'all know I like darker tones. And so I sat on it for a while. Not literally. My chunky ass would have broke it. But I'm like, I'm gonna just get rid of it, and I do think it'll sell because it is limited edition. And I see, and I'm not a collector. I don't just keep stuff to pull it out and be like, oh, well, compare this to this, or here's my Tom Ford, 30 quad collection. Like I don't like that. That's not how I roll. And so I did miss a comment. I'm going to scroll up and see what that says. I have looks in the Circle Local palette to do, and I was putting that paper back. Let me see what the comment said. Live chat. Binge watching. I appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying them because I know I got a lot of videos. So I hope you got a lot of snacks and water and and all of that. This one I'm letting go. Martine Cosmetics Petite Tron. And Tron means slut or whore. I just love how they just own it. This is a beautiful palette. But you know what? I have these shades. And I told myself, I'll keep it, you know, companion palette, travel with it if I want a black or, you know, deepen something. But then I'm like, when's the last time I even used this thing? The formula is amazing. Like, I really enjoyed it when I used it, but then it sat for a while. And then when I looked, I'm like, oh, that's still here? Why is that here? So this is going to go. That'll be in my Macari store. This kind of hurts a little bit. 50/50 makeup. This is the autumn palette. This is the winter palette. These are my color stories, y'all. These are my color stories. Look at this. Excuse me. This is the fall palette. This is a dual chrome basic shift, that green to burgundy-ish type shift. This one in the center. This is beautiful. I just don't use it. The formula is phenomenal. It just gets lost. And I don't even have a large collection. I do know my stuff. I'm trying to figure out what else to call it. I don't want to keep calling it my collection. I haven't figured out what to call it yet. I like that. Well, let me not say that. Beautiful color story. The formula is phenomenal. The mattes are smooth. The shimmers go on with a dry brush really well. It's very pigmented. I just don't remember when I last used it. And I want somebody to enjoy it. The brand went out of business. This is the winter palette. And so maybe somebody will want these. These palettes are beautiful. And these are my colors. That dark, smoky, grungy type stuff. I don't know what is in my eyelashes. I just don't use them. So I'm just like, and I don't want them to sit here and die. And so I want them to be used somewhere by somebody. These, I don't even know, y'all. I did a thing. MAC Cosmetics had a 15-pan palette, an empty palette. And so I rearranged my MAC palettes. And what I'm left with, and I have washed them and cleaned them, this is an empty 12-pan palette with the insert. And what you do is if you push down on one side, let me put it down. This one has 2 inserts because they didn't have the 12-pan insert. So this has 2 6-pans. So if you push it, you see how this just pop up, and you take it out and you push, you know, put something in here to pop out your shadows. And so it's very easy to use, very easy to switch stuff around. So I don't know where this is going to go. And I also have 3. I'm thinking I should just keep at least one of them, right? I think I didn't. No, I didn't have any somewhere. And I have 3 of the 9 pans. And the same deal. I did take them out, took the inserts out, took the shadows out, you know, soaked them overnight in soapy water. And so the same deal. You push down and it'll pop up, and you take it out, pop your shadows out. And it's not expensive. I think the compact, I think, was like $9 for the 15-pan, and the insert was like $2. So these are going somewhere. I'm thinking I should keep at least one of the 9 pans, because every year around my birthday, well, at the end of the year, your points expire, your rewards points at MAC, and so I always end up getting like free shadows. And so I'm thinking I'll keep this one, the 12-pan, which will leave me with, what is this over here? Brought in other empty palettes. So I have 3 9-pan MAC compacts and the inserts. And so I'm going to put that, I'm running out of space, y'all. I'm going to put that with the stuff that I'm going to recap at the end for you all to see, if you who are here watching now, if you want this stuff. And, you know, we'll figure something out, or if you can just pay shipping, that would be great. I got a lot of Pat McGrath. And I know that's why in the beginning I said somebody's butt is going to hurt, because some people really take it hard when you don't like Pat, and it's not, it's just a preference thing. And so I'm like, it's not personal. Like it's really not. Um, so we're going to talk about some Pat and then switch to something else and then come back to Pat. Some of the stuff I showed when I did the video, I'm considering decluttering Pat McGrath. So some of the stuff you have seen and some of it already is in my McCarty store. This is one of the 6-pan motherships. This is Sublime Seduction. It's real pretty. It's just basic. And I have these tones. So this can go. The formula's nice on these, and they did not irritate my lids. I do like the formula in this one. I really do. Because some of her stuff, I'm like, no. In my McCarty store, I believe already is from the Star Wars collection, the golden one. I lined this up with 2 of her other quints, and between the 3 of them, the color stories were so similar, and so I picked out the one I thought that I would most likely use, and the other ones are going somewhere else. And so this is the golden one. The formula of these metallics in here are creamy, and this one does have the 2 mattes, this one and this one, but it's just, it doesn't call me. I've done a couple looks with it, and then I'm like, what else can I do? And I don't want to keep it just to pair it, because when looking at these tones, I can do something similar with what I already have. So like, why are you here? This one, I think this is the one that's going to make me laugh. Yeah. This was new to Lore. And I'm laughing because I was trying to depot 2 of the shadows, and I realized, well, I did think that they were baked in, like how some of her celestial shades are in her motherships, and they are. So trying to see, like, yeah, they're baked in. So these 2 were completely empty because they were not to be saved. So this is just, and the shadows, these are pretty, but it's like, no. So that'll just go in the trash unless one of you just want these 3 shades in this palette. But I know it looks crazy. Because what I was trying to see is the Pat McGrath singles that I found at TJ Maxx or Marshall's. They fit into the MAC compact. And so I wanted to see if these would fit, because I was going to put these in there. This one is the one I wanted. And so I said, let me just see what's going on in here with these. And I'm like, oh. And then I thought, if I can pop, and this does come out, this whole lacquer piece comes out. And that's why you see gouges over here. Because I was trying to see, can I pop them out or whatever? And it's just like, no, you can't. So it was just like, yeah, this is the shade that I wanted. But no. Nope. So that didn't happen. This one is back in the box because I used it once and was like, this is not for me. This is one of the new ones from the Bijou Brilliance collection, and this one is Sunset Romance. And I was hoping it was going to surprise me, because I forget which one it was that I used it, and it was a grungy look, and I wasn't even trying to do a grungy look. And when I did the look, I'm like, how'd that happen? Like, it shocked me. So I thought maybe this one will surprise me too. No. It's pretty. It has 2 mattes, this one and this one, but it's just not my vibe. And so I used it once. I used it one time, and so this is back in the box. This will be priced really cheap because I got it really cheap. I got it like $20-something on sale or something like that. And all right, we're going to move to something else, and then we're going to come back to Pat, and then I'm going to show you the stuff that if you guys who are here watching wanted, let me know by IG DM. DD Signature Skewers. I feel like I've already done, except the caramel one. I'm going to show you the caramel one because this is the one I'm keeping. This one I am excited to have. I did 2 looks with each of these. One video, 4 looks, one with each palette, and the second video was the same. And this look, the first one, I'm like, okay, this is really nice. It's colorful. I'm digging it. The second video was funny. I made myself laugh because the first look was with Juicy, which was monochromatic, because it's a monochromatic palette. All you're going to get is pink. So the other 3 palettes, I did a spotlight look. So I'm like, okay, this is boring. I'm doing the same exact look. But this one is Exotic Skewer. But what I was thinking about was, how often am I going to do that look, and what else different can I do with these palettes? You know what I'm saying? Because this only has two color stories. It's pinkish, purple, and green. So, well, and it could just be my skill set that I'm not creative enough to think of more to do with it. But definitely this one, both the looks were monochromatic, because it's just this one color story. The formula the formula is not equal throughout the palettes. I'm trying to see. I remember the one blue was patchy. This blue in here, in caramel, which I'm keeping surprisingly, this is patchy. So I think it's just a matter of time before um, this one goes, because I'm deterred from that shadow. I like my makeup to be easy. This one, I want to say this green was patchy, but I'm not really sure if it was that one. But this is going somewhere. Her shimmers are nice. You know, they go on well. The other mattes, you know, they worked well, but I just don't know what else to do with it. And I don't just want to keep it trying to figure it out, because if I got to think too hard, I'm just going to pick up a palette that I can just slap a look on. You know what I mean? And this is tropical. The first look I did with this, I really liked it. The second look was a spotlight look. I really liked that too. But what else can I do with it? And I don't prefer monochromatic looks for me, because you can say, okay, use this. Well, this pulled blue on me. So you can do an orange look or a blue look. And doing the spotlight, I did use the blues and the oranges, and it was a nice look. But what else can I do with it? I don't know. And so it's just lost on me to figure it out. We got 3 more pat things to do, and we're going to be done. I'm going to show you first. I showed it already. Sunlit Seduction, because I dug out the 3 shades that I wanted. So this is, and I was lazy about it. I just took a pair of tweezers and like just dug around it. And so these 3 are actually in here. And you can tell from the tweezers, like I dented up the pan. I'm like, I don't care. And so, yeah, these are the 3 that I kept. And so this is what Sunlit Seduction looks like. And if you've been here for a while, I know you're not surprised. And I know I said this in my, you know, debating on what to declutter from Pat McGrath, or if to declutter Pat McGrath. Because every time I would mention this palette, I would say it's a keeper for now. So, but this is what it looks like now. And this is in my Mercari store. I was encouraged to post it in my Mercari store because, you know, someone really might want these mattes, or just to try, you know, her metallics, or just to scoop everything out and just use this palette just to put other shadows in. And so that made sense to me. So this is in my Mercari store already. And it's priced low. I think it's like 30 something dollars. This one is Utopian Dream, that I still do have the box for. And you may have noticed I did cut the cardboard with the names on it so that it would fit inside the palette. But this is Utopian Dream. I did looks with it. I like the palette. I don't love the palette. It doesn't call for me because it is lighter than I would like. And unlike Moonlit Seduction, once I accepted it for what it was, I really like Moonlit Seduction. It's something about those tones. But this one, it doesn't call to me. I'm not excited to use it. I liked it better when I started pairing it with Subliminal, Sublime, Subversive. But I don't want to have to pair it. I want pairing to be an option, not a requirement to enjoy a palette. And the way I feel about it, I'm ambivalent about it. And I know somebody would be excited to have it. And so I want someone to be excited. I want stuff to be used. It has a lot of life left into it. I purchased this not too long ago, maybe a couple months ago. In either 30 or 40% off. The last one I'm going to show you, and then we're going to roll back around to the stuff that if you guys who are here right now want, let me know. Divine Rose, we still got the box. The box came this way. Did I order? I didn't order from Ulta. They had to have a hell of a sell for me to order this from Ulta, but I really don't think I did. Did I? I don't know. But the box came this way. And I've seen other people's Divine Rose boxes that were like this too. So it was just like, what? And that's what's making me wonder Ulta, because how they package stuff. But this is Divine Rose, and I just purchased this in September. So I've only had this a few months. And it's I was torn about it. This is a really nice color story. I can honestly say I like every look I did with this palette. Every single look I did with this palette. These are the baked formula. They are not messy. They're not the chunky monkeys. Everything in here just goes on so smooth. I can do a look with this palette in 10 minutes and it's going to be pretty. This is one of the easiest motherships to work with. It is. And I like every look I did, but it doesn't call my name. And so it's sitting here. I'm not excited to use it. I did run through it. I did a bunch of looks, and then I paired it with some other motherships, and those looks were nice too. But other than that, I'm like, it doesn't call me. So like, when am I going to use it? And I don't just want it to sit here just to sit here when someone may be excited to have it. So this, I believe, is already in my Macquarie store. If not, it will be soon. And so we are decluttering this, and I do still have the box, and which is a key point for some people because they collect the boxes, and y'all see the motherships. The other ones I have, I only had the boxes, and so I am still, yeah, Brown Seduction is going to go. I was going to say I'm on the fence about it, but I'm not. So that one is going to go. So what we have here, that you who are here right now, if you want this stuff, message me on Instagram, and either I'll just price it a couple dollars in Macquarie, so that way you just pay $2 or $3 plus shipping. Or if you have PayPal, I'll try to calculate shipping correctly, because when I calculate, I always end up having to pay more. But if you are not super skittish, this I just purchased actually January 11th. I'm a label whore. So I have the label here, and the PAO is 12 months. And so this is good at least until January 11, 2025. I paid $25 for it. It retails for $89. You push it down, and the product comes up, and then you scoop it off. So it's easy to clean up if this is something you want to try. I do like their under eye, their eye serum, because for under eye and for the lid, and I like their face cream, their face wash, excuse me. So I thought I was really going to like this, but I had all these little bumps and stuff on my face. I'm like, So that's there. The one, two, or all three of the MAC 9-pan compacts with the inserts. So that's that. And a Zoeva 316 liner brush. And if you want anything else and this, I'll just give this, because this was maybe like $7 or less. So that was not expensive at all. An Inglot spatula. If you want something else and you want this too, I'll just throw that in there. I don't even remember how much that was. 2 airless pumps. These are 1.5 ounces each. You take the lid off, you unscrew this, you pour your product in, and you put this back on. And because it's airless, as you pump up product, it goes all the way up, so you're sure to get use out of every bit of whatever it is you're putting in here. We have a brand new MAC Paint Pot and Bougie. I'm not going to open it, and mine's is back in there. That can be used as a shadow base or as a shadow. Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Flawless Wear Concealer. The shade is 4N, so if you're around my complexion, this may work for you. And 2 Scandinavia finishing sprays. So that is everything that we're decluttering, and this is the stuff that's up for grabs for you all who are here right now. I'm glad this wasn't hella long like some of my other ones, even though it was still long. But thank you so much for being here. Let me check comments. I was so busy talking. Oh, your box was like that too when it came from PM? Okay, so it was PM, because I was thinking, like, did it come from Ulta? Because their stuff be coming raggedy. But yeah, so it was her. And you passed the... Okay, wait a minute. Let me scroll up a little bit more. Okay, I apologize because I was so busy talking, I wasn't paying attention to the comments. And so the Makeup Lady Creations, hello, thank you for being here. Hey Sylvia. Maybe my necessities. You have to remind me, Sandy, of what you're referring to because I just went through a whole bunch of stuff. Very pretty palettes. They are very pretty palettes. Which one did you like, Makeup Lady Creations? Not a lover of pet. What I tried, too much fallout for the price. Get affordable Australian shadows, which perform better. I know her chunky, the ones that are really flaky, I call those the chunky monkeys. But her big formula for me, using an Esom number V27, which is just a short shader brush. It's dense, but it's really soft. I can apply her baked formula with these without any problem. But some of them chunky monkey ones, yeah, it's just like, this is too much trouble. What look crusty, Alicia? Oh my gosh. What looked crusty? Just tell me. That's what the collection makeup is, you know. Oh, I'm striving for that. And that's my goal doing this radical declutter, like making a change and just keeping what I love and not just keeping stuff like because, oh, it's pretty or, oh, the name or, oh, it's expensive or whatever. You know, I want to be excited about everything I have and not just feel ambivalent about it. And so, okay, so I guess that's kind of it. What did you pass on, Alicia? That you said was crusty on you, or they looked crusty. What was crusty? I don't know. So anyway, if you guys want any of that stuff, let me know. IG DM. My Instagram is @_ Dion Loves Makeup. And if I don't hear from anyone, I'll go ahead and just post the stuff that's, well, none of this is posted. So I'll figure out something. And with my Macari cells, you like the paint pot? If you want it, message me and let me know. Um, and that one is brand new because I have my own that's open and I didn't realize how long they last. Like they last. So I'm just like, I don't need to keep this one for like 3 years waiting for the one I have to be used up. And so that's why I'm getting rid of that. This one. What I do also for regular people, my Macari cells, I usually put in a freebie or something like that. And so if this doesn't go anywhere, you know, I'll just use that for a freebie or the eyeliner brush or the spatula or something like that. But so that's going to be it. And so thank you all for being here. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything else. And tomorrow night, same time, we're doing another live, and it's a very small haul. And we will be painting the face because I know I'll be doing the face swatches. Thank you, Julia. I'm glad that you made it. So tomorrow is going to be fun because y'all know I like painting the face. And I've been really good. I checked the package and I put it back in the box. So I haven't seen that stuff since it arrived. And I have an order coming tomorrow. So I'm excited. Hopefully it really will come tomorrow. So if you're able to make it, I did post on my community tab as a reminder for that live for tomorrow, but no video in the morning at 7 a.m. like usual because we're doing a live tomorrow night and I didn't want to overwhelm you guys. And sometimes I feel like I do because I upload like every friggin' day anyway. So yeah, we're going to go. Oh, very good, Arlene. I'll see you tomorrow night. That's a date, girlfriend. So everybody, thank you again for being here. Have a good night. Stay safe, be well, and as always, self-acceptance and self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, Sandy. You guys will see me tomorrow night. Bye. I always forget where the thing is at. I'm so goofy. Yes.